can't even allow articles to be put in. As an example, these are articles that were over the last day and a half. They're very good articles. They say the case is a sham.
Donald Trump left court in a panic yesterday, holding a stack of papers that he says is a bunch of articles. He also argues that the gag order is just so unfair that even articles he's not allowed to tweet or excrete or troth out. This is a guy who is scared. This is a guy who realizes I could end up in prison for the rest of my natural life if this doesn't go the way I want it to go. So let's listen to Trump. And by the way, at no moment after David Pecker's testimony yesterday, explosive testimony, consequential testimony, as we discussed earlier, at no point during these rants and tirades did Donald Trump refute any of what David Pecker said. So here's Trump with his stack of papers.
Can't even allow articles to be put in. As an example, these are articles that were over the last day and a half.
And if you're not watching and you're only listening, Trump takes out what looks like about 100 pieces of paper and he's riffing through them. Quite a prop.
They're very good articles. They say the case is a sham and it shouldn't need to be tried. It shouldn't have been submitted. And I don't even know if you're allowed to put them in. We have a gag order, which to me is totally unconstitutional. I'm not allowed to talk, but people are allowed to talk about me.
Right. Well, Trump is on trial. So that's the... This guy is so confused about how everything works. Gag orders are not unconstitutional. Gag orders are limited and they're there to preserve a proper trial, a fair trial. We've already talked about it. There's nothing unconstitutional there. Donald Trump insists that it's wrong that others can talk about him, but he can't talk about others, of course, misunderstanding or not understanding what a trial even is. And every time this guy opens his mouth, he seems to get himself into trouble. And yet he says it's Biden who is the one getting himself into trouble.
So we're locked up in a courtroom, and this guy's out there campaigning. If you call it a campaign, every time he opens his mouth, he gets himself into trouble.
Yeah, there's some irony here in hearing Trump, who's going through disastrous gag order hearings because he just can't stop attacking the judge and the judge's daughter and witnesses and gesticulating at jurors. Trump's the one who every time he opens his mouth, he gets himself into trouble. And he says it's Biden who's getting himself into trouble. Trump also voiced support for David McCormick outside of his criminal trial. I love this because Trump is one step away from being handcuffed and put in prison, right? I mean, at least theoretically, if he's found guilty and sentenced to prison, Trump's a criminal defendant. And he's out there endorsing people as if the endorsements are useful. In this case, it's David McCormick, who, by the way, we're going to have a lot more to say about.
So thank you very much. It's a big day in Pennsylvania, and we hope the people get out there and vote. It's important to vote to let them know that we're coming on November 5th. We're coming big. Today is preliminary, but still it's very important. And maybe they'll think also about a very good person who's running for the Senate in Pennsylvania, Dave McCormick, and he's doing a good job. He's working very hard, successful man, wants to put his success to the country. He'll be a very good senator, so hopefully they'll be behind Dave and get out there and vote today.
Yeah, McCormick essentially discovered to be George Santos 2.0, fabricating most of his family's story, and we'll talk about that later, but really quite an endorsement, during a break in your trial for falsifying business records to cover up an affair which would be damaging to your presidential campaign, you throw out an endorsement. I don't know if it's a useful endorsement for McCormick, but he certainly got it. It is time to start thinking like voters and to make sure that kids understand the importance of voting, how it works, registering, ballot initiatives, because so many kids just have no idea. That's why I wrote the new children's book, Think Like a Voter. I can think of no better time and no more important group of folks to try to reach. The book is now available at davidpakman.com/book, where, by the way, you can get the first 2 books in the series as well. Think Like a Detective and Think Like a Scientist. Really important stuff. Donate them to local libraries, classrooms, read them with the kids. davidpakman.com/book.